Well, I would love to just leave on the note of your hometown city, New York. There's been a lot of discussion about Mayor Mamdani making very public pronouncements against specific people, against Ken Griffin, announcing a pied-à-terre tax, directly attacking some of the business leaders of this city. I know you were concerned heading into this election and the outcome of it too. How are you feeling now?
Not great about things. I mean, I think Mamdani is not, if your goal is to make New York City kind of financially solvent, what you don't want to do is drive out the Ken Griffins of the world, right? Ken brings very valuable business. That's, you know, a $6 billion project, which will generate, you know, thousands of construction jobs, architecture jobs, marketing jobs, make your list. Employees who will pay material amounts of taxes because they're highly compensated employees. And it's sort of the Wall Street and the tax revenues from Wall Street are what enable New York City, kind of all the people in New York City to have a better life.
Right.
And if you drive out the Ken Griffins of the world, who notably, you know, has made a major contribution to New York, not just from bringing his business there, but he's been very philanthropic, a $400 million donation to Memorial Sloan Kettering, which is an institution that doesn't just help New Yorkers, it helps people with cancer all over the world to go to get treated there. So it's not a very smart approach.
By the way, I can't think about Pershing Square without thinking about New York City, but could you ever see yourself being driven out of New York?
I think it's unlikely. I'm more the kind of guy to fight to make sure New York City is a great city than someone who's going to leave.
The problem is, though, that with these policies, even if they have dire economic consequences, Mamdani is incredibly popular, and he's still very popular with his base. So how do things change then? How do you fight this tide if there still is this broad-based popular support for these types of ideas?
It's an issue. I mean, I think the answer is a better candidate who, you know, look, where Mamdani was correct is that New York is not a very affordable place to live. But you're not going to make it more affordable by getting rid of the biggest drivers of tax revenues for the city. Mamdani already has a budget crisis. Well, we got to figure out how to run New York City much more efficiently. But when you raise taxes, the most mobile people, frankly, are the Ken Griffins of the world. Ken can choose to locate his business wherever he wants. And he can locate his pied-à-terre wherever he wants.
Very true. Though we are heading into midterms, and again, affordability is on the ticket, and that's pushed a lot of people left. Are you worried about how this shakes out, that we might get more candidates who want to put forward these types of ideas into economic policy? Yeah,
look, I think, you know, you look at a country like Argentina and how far it fell. Right, one of the most Argentinian GDP, whatever, 100 years ago, was one of the most significant countries in the world and fell off the map because of socialism and other bad policies. Now you see Milei coming back and the country dramatically recovering. It's sort of a great example. And it's crazy to me that socialist ideas can travel into a country like this one.
I have only about 30 seconds, but I'd be remiss if I didn't ask about some of the work that you've been doing trying to make 401ks, those types of investment vehicles, more broadly accessible. We had an executive action last week. Well, what are you pushing for at this moment?
I think every American has to own a piece of capitalism. And when you do, you're excited when the stock market goes up, and it allows you, power of compounding allows you to save for your retirement. Unfortunately, wages cannot compound as fast as the stock market. And so I think it's very important for every American to participate in capitalism, or we'll end up in socialism. So I think the president's plan is a great one. You have to be able to, I think if you believe that you're going to be able to retire comfortably, maybe even leave something for your kids so they get a head start, that makes you believe in the country. And if you can't, it makes you angry. So I think a very important program.
点击以下资讯栏连结，可看我对这个主题的完整解说分析影片哦。